Hello, THL. Welcome to Sunday Showdown. I almost forgot what show it was. Wow, it's been a while since I've been on, but I'm your stream up for the evening. Got some dramatic music for this wonderful Pro Series match. The only one that we have on tonight. The other ones are being held right after, but we didn't get permission for those to stream, unfortunately. But keep tuned into the website and they'll be updated soon. So I want to introduce my two fantastic casters here. We got Maya and Don. How you doing, sir?
Hello, hello. Excited to be here.
And we got Mr. Satellite NASCAR left-hand turn in space dollar bills guy. How are you doing?
Oh man, just delighted. I'm hoping we can maybe put a race on Saturn because we got rings there already. You know what I'm saying? We
That's
just
right.
rip down there to make sure we're going left.
That's right.
Big
Counterclockwise.
The space NASCAR is big. It's big. It's getting big. Don't worry.
It's real big, getting big.
You're going to see sometime soon.
Big series tonight. Right?
Yeah.
Brushy tuna for the boys.
Really big series. It is currently not in great shape for Brushy Tuna, but they can still get there. This is the finals, so going to play every match out until the last one if possible. But yeah, we have currently the score 8-1 for the boys ahead, with J-Heck, Weiss, and Dardar taking their wins over Base Dink and Ridiculous Hat earlier. But right now we have lined up that potentially deciding match here for Super Chicken versus McBanterface. Super Chicken taking this would be the win for the boys. A huge win it would be too. But McBanterface, of course, a really, really strong player as well. Going to make it difficult.
Yeah, and you're taking a look at him right now because I was actually just looking through some of the deck lists we have here. This is Pro Series. This is open deck list, so we can see McBanterface currently. Yes. Just a side note, McBanterface currently number 2 on the ladder, I think.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
And big old number 2 right there in that orange box there, amber box. I don't know what color you would call that, but anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be playing a Control Combo Warrior, Quest Hunter, Fell Quest Demon Hunter, and a Ramp Druid featuring Kazakhstan. Not Kazakhstan at the top, got Malagos and Raid Boss and Nixie at the top, but lots of ramp and lots of no. Maybe more appropriate is there's no Glowfly Swarm in here. Big dragons, lots of ramp.
Yes, absolutely, and we it's more of that like extra hard, just go for the ramp build versus that Glowfly. Like you said, the Demon Hunter was banned for McBanterface, so we won't be seeing that. But the other 3 decks definitely pretty powerful decks you've been seeing around a lot recently, with that Drekthar Quest Hunter there being a newer, more popular version of that list. And then on the other side, Super Chicken, and no longer having that Druid available, does have Owlock, also looks like a Control Warrior.
Oh, a Control Warrior with Kazakhstan, though. It looks like replaced the Captain Galvangar Faceless Manipulator combo for just Kazakhstan and raid bosses and stuff.
Yep, yeah. So that's there's 2 versions of that kind of controlling warrior. There's the charge version, which has to have a couple more pieces, and then this one, which has a couple of controlling dragons and those Onyxian Drakes, and the raid boss Onyxian, and then of course the Kazakhstan, allowing for that end game there, and then the Burn Shaman. So yeah, let's jump in here when these players are ready. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah,
it's a big match here.
What do you think about the Quest Demon Hunter? I'm not really surprised. Demon Hunter and Druid seem like they're sort of public enemies number 1 and 2, just in terms of me seeing things get banned, but not a respect. I guess what I'm looking at is a lot of Druid bans, right? It looks like For the Boys is banning Druid up until this point, but now a little bit of a break. You mentioned Ridiculous Hat and Base Dink. Both of their Druids got banned, but Super Chicken not feeling it. Super Chicken wants to ban the Demon Hunter.
Super Chicken. It's more actually that Brushy Tuna seems to be banning the Druids out of their opponents, not wanting to see it. And For the Boys, looks like the Demon Hunter might be their target. It's seeming to work for J-Heck earlier in a similar matchup. But yeah, it looks like we are ready to go in. So let's see what these players brought for this first match.
Yep. Just for viewers out there, we got Super Chicken where we're spectating first, be at the bottom of the screen, with McBanterface being at the top of your screen. So.
All right, so it looks like to start, it's going to be that Owl TK versus the Control Warrior, the Charge version that we saw McBanterface brought versus the Kazakusan version.
Yeah, interesting to see the different takes on what a control deck needs to do, because the days of just play Archivist Elysiana and take it all the way to Fatigue, those days have come and gone. Even your heavy control decks need to have some way to win the game. And as you mentioned, McBanterface bringing the Captain Galvangar, Faceless Manipulator, and To the Front combo to do, is it 30 you can do in a single turn? 32, something like that? It's a kill from hand. It's a lot of damage.
It is quite a lot of damage, yeah. So it is, if it's with the Galvangars, those go up to 9, so you're getting 18 for the 2, and then you Faceless. Another one you can get up to even higher if you discount. If you have double Faceless and Galvangar and the Battlegrounds Battlemaster with both To the Fronts, you can hit some high amounts of damage there.
Yeah. And it's unusual Super Chicken's version having really that Kazakusan to win the game through having sweet treasures at the very end. not even necessarily at the very end, just whenever Super Chicken was replaced. But speaking of Super Chicken, just going ahead and tempoing out, we're going to see what happens when it's control versus control, and neither one's really playing for the board. We're going to see stuff like this. Touch of the Nathrazim on their very own tour guide.
Yeah, the hand already getting pretty full here. A lot of the cards you don't want to be playing just yet, or can't be playing just yet.
Yeah, I'm looking at cards like that Shield Shatter. I mean, just, obviously the Warlock can put big things on the ground, but as you mentioned, this is the Owl combo Warlock. There's no Flesh Giants or anything in here. It's just combo pieces and then Goldshire Knolls because they're cheap, rushing, help you stay alive tools.
Yeah, and with the Tamsin in the deck, the threshold there for damage also does mean it's probably unlikely we're going to see McBanterface try to out-armor this.
Right. Oh my gosh, yeah. With Lil Tams, this is another one where the full damage combo is a full board of imps with double Tamsin Phylactery, Humongous Owl Death Rattle is something like 150,000 damage. It's insane.
Yeah,
it's very difficult to armor out.
And that is a big pickup there on turn 5 for Super Chicken, hitting the weapon. And with that backfire in hand, as well as the Tamsin in hand, that does mean we could get that activated next turn.
Gosh, and I'm looking. McBanterface does play a single Rust Rot Viper. Would love to find that before you. But not available, lurking in the deck somewhere. So like you mentioned, this discount is coming in on a big old, what is that, a 10-card hand?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Oh, yeah. And you saw there Super Chicken choosing to go for the backfire over the Tamsin, so there was mana to play with if this armor vendor was not picked up. The armor vendor was picked up, though. We obviously didn't want to mill. Knowing that, the Tamsin would potentially have been just slightly better, but this works out nicely to be able to get that Tamsin off this turn, utilizing that mana really efficiently.
And this is another, Moarg on the board just to get additional value out of the Drain Soul, gain more life. Looks like Banterface looking to discard some of the removal. Going to go ahead and drop this Rancor alongside the Outriders Axe, prioritizing draw over.
Yeah, both. I think both players. It's really just going to come down to who gets that win condition out first. Right now, Super Chicken accelerating things with that Mithril Rod.
There's that Tamsin. Passed on it last turn, as you mentioned, for mana reasons, but now 2 mana left over. We already see a 1 mana card in the form of that Blood Mage Thalanos. It does replace itself, so... Touch of the Nathrazim means we can go ahead and drop Thalanos and Touch of the Nathrazim as well.
Yeah, now we're in a weird spot where we don't really want to ruin Mithril Rod again if we want to get the double Tamsin off.
Oh, right. The Phylactery will be too cheap. It's got to cost mana in order for the Phylactery duplication effect to work.
Yeah, there's a little weird nuance there sometimes with this deck. I'm sure Super Chicken's going to be well aware. Not that I think we need too many more discounts soon, but is something to be aware of. You don't want full discount on the Tamsin's Phylactery if you want the double proc.
And meanwhile, so we see some charge damage in hand. Captain Galvangar is not yet live, but it's got to be getting close. Yeah, 1 armor left from Captain Galvangar, gaining +3/+3, and charge. Both copies of To the Front, as you were talking about at the start of the match, already available.
I think McBanter doing some math here too to see what's possible next turn with the Galvangar and the Faceless with those double to the fronts. Double to the front at 9 mana with the Smite and the 2 Galvangars. How much damage would that be? 18 plus the 6. Not quite enough. With the weapon, is that enough? 18. No, that's 29. So we're 4 off. Am I missing? I guess if we get the damage off the top, if we get the Battle Master, it's over off the top, I believe. Oh, another Faceless.
Ooh, what about another
How
Faceless?
much mana is that? Yeah, that's the question. We have to spend 4 mana there. That, and then all this minion becomes 2, and then 1. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 mana if we want to get the Smite off as well. If we get 3 Galvangars plus the weapon attack, how much damage is that? We got
27, 20, 20,
9,
31,
18, 27,
32.
32. So yeah, that's 2 off.
So maybe this turn we
currently.
just, maybe this turn's just a hero power, swing the weapon kind of turn. I guess, if you are McBanterface, do you have a sense that you are going to die next turn? And you haven't seen a shuffled Wicked Shipment yet, so it seems like you probably have another turn left, right?
I think so. Yeah, you'd have to see. Yeah, I think the Wicked Shipment. If we get 1 Wicked Shipment off without being able to trade it once, let's say at this current, let's say next turn, maybe there's a really lucky situation we trade it and we backfire in the same turn and get it back. How much mana would that be? 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we would have enough 9 and then to play it, but we would have to get. Oh no, but then we have no way to clear it this turn,
right?
Because we wouldn't have the mana to also play the School Spirits. We didn't find it anyway, so not trading it this turn.
And so, actually, I mean, McBanterface with 10 mana, just so. Okay. Tamsin's just going to go for it. Going to double Phylactery, a 3-creature board.
Yeah, if you double Phylactery this, I mean, that should be... How much damage are we looking at? I did not do the math. I'm sure Super Chicken
8 times 6?
8 times 6, right? Yeah.
Is it 48?
Yeah, I think
wait,
we have it exactly. Yeah.
There's
a little bit over. Yeah, even. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow. So that
thing. Yeah, it was really. We were just talking about if McBanterface had another turn, and it really came down to just having that one more turn. But Super Chicken finding the out there, I was looking for that Wicked Shipment, but we have minions to play as well in the hand.
And that
good
rift
spot there.
Yeah, the rift came off the top, allowing for an additional 3/3 on the board that didn't have.
Yeah, and I was thinking the Wicked Shipment actually could have been enough with just the 2 if we have the double Phylactery, and we didn't find it, but we did have enough minions just doing it that way. That was good. Good spot there by Super Chicken. Big win to start things out. And we did talk about this before jumping on, but I don't believe we highlighted this aspect when we were live. But if with that 8-1 current lead for Super Chicken and for the boys, I believe Brushy Tuna's final 3 matches have to be wins, and B to avoid a potential point differential. So For the Boys could end the next 3 matches potentially. If they all ended 3-2, For the Boys would have more points than Brushy Tuna, even though Brushy Tuna would have all 3 match wins 3 out of the 5 match wins. So keeping Super Chicken at 1 win could be crucial here if McBanterface does manage to turn this around. If Super Chicken is able to get 2 and still lose, that does mean it's still on the table for the boys to take it with the 3-match loss here. I'm not sure on the rules exactly. You guys can tell us in the chat, but I'm pretty sure point win trumps the match wins, but I'm not I'm not entirely sure on that. Anyway, for the playoffs anyway, or for the finals. Super Chicken bringing that Burn Shaman here to start, and McBanterface now continuing on that Warrior, trying another chance here. A few more combo pieces in the hand pretty early on with that Galvangar and the Faceless. Not ideal.
Yeah, really awkward opening hand for McBanterface with a Mutinous also just on the left-hand side. Fortunately, Outrider's Axe might be able to help smooth out this start, but not... Oh, okay. It is actually going to go ahead and commit a pretty early Shield Slam. This is a matchup where the usual Snowfall Guardian play is much less effective, generally speaking, but also Shaman can just build up their own board of totems, right? Free totems and then stuff off of Wildpaw Cavern, like that. and can still play Snowfall Guardian as a big old thing, but Warriors have been brawling away big boards, and now of course have Barov Ranker combos that Super Chicken is probably going to be looking for the Wildpaw Cavern creatures to get in some chip damage, but probably still going to look for some kind of big combo win.
Yeah, now a little bit awkward. The Shield Slam feeling like maybe, I don't know. That's a tough situation. You wanted your Outrider's Axe to be able to proc and get those draws. Now you're going to be frozen. Using that Shield Slam last turn on the Sleep Breaker. Holding back the Outrider's Axe for now, knowing that would just be frozen here.
Yeah, and if sort of plan A for McBanterface was armor out of the damage. So this Shaman does not play the Instructor Fireheart. So the amount of burn, there is Brucon of the Elements, of course, and you can discover stuff off Primordial Studies, but the amount of outside the game burn damage is a little bit more limited than ones that have the Fireheart, right? Ripcord Emergency. So McBanterface might have had I can armor out of a lot of the damage and then eventually, maybe transition to winning the game. But being frozen and all this chip damage coming in is really going to make that more challenging.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a nod to just having so many of those combo pieces already in the hand, saying I want to make sure my Galvangar is active. There was the opportunity to trade the heavy plate and look for something more proactive for this board, but at this point, I think McBanterface is saying, I have the combo pieces. I'm going to be able to get 5 damage off with this Rokara in a turn. If I can survive until then, get my Galvangar active, and I can find maybe one more combo piece, then potentially I can win off of that. Because right now, no clear way to get rid of this board. We do find the Lord Barov, which is going to help a little bit, but no sort of AoE of any kind. Quite a lot in the deck, but not finding it here. At the moment, we do have Minefields, Bladestorm, Ranker, Brawl.
Yeah, just all kinds of, and then of course the
Shield
Shatters. That's a great point about Rokara, because that also makes it so that Super Chicken doesn't get to hit the hero power button anymore, right? Because the hero power will all of a sudden become give McBanterface 4 armor.
Wow.
Oh, what?
So under enough pressure here, McBanterface. So yeah, even that armoring up, even a bigger nod to wanting to get this active as soon as possible to try to fight for this board. Just falling way too far behind. Going to be looking for a different win con. Does still have the smite, so there's still that potential instead to get a big combo off in OTK.
Yeah, that's true. The smite being able to charge 2 charge creatures in. And so I assume this is the Rokara turn. So we get 1 turn to be unfrozen. Oh, actually just going to go ahead and commit Lord Barov.
Yeah,
and then shield slamming it, I guess.
And yeah, shield slam it and get that clear, that desperate clear we needed. There is another Wild Paw. Unfortunately, did come down, so we're going to see 2 more of those stags coming out in a couple turns. But right now, not a good snowfall where that last board could have potentially been a really good snowfall, made a big enough minion if it wasn't dealt with the Barov, of course.
Yeah, and actually the amount of burn stacking up in Super Chicken's hand is pretty significant. We saw both Serpent Shrine portals with a little bit of spell damage and of course a lightning bolt waiting in the wings.
Wow, and just combo piece after combo piece here. Just not finding exactly what we're looking for, but yeah, it needs to survive long enough. Going to go for the spell damage. I think there's really a question here. You have that hero power, so maybe keeping that 2 health minion up could be, you're taking 1 more damage from the spells right now, but
Right.
that hero power could heal you for next turn. So it's an interesting, weird situation there for McBanterface, ending up choosing that trade.
I guess you did see a lot of burn get pitched, so maybe that was part of the consideration for McBanterface. Saw the Serpent Shrine portals come out, and is seeing a lot of playing for tempo coming out of Super Chicken. Brew Khan coming into hand, which is going to be it's going to help Super Chicken even more. Maybe find. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Invocation of Fire, just pitching some fireballs. There's that Blade Storm you were talking about.
Interesting Blade Storm that does allow to clear off 2 of these and then set up another one to die to the hero power next turn while slowly kind of trying to come back to the board. I like that play here from McBanterface.
Yeah, being able to gain that 4 armor. Just.
Can I interest you in a fireball?
You can interest me very much in a fireball. Do I have to pay full retail for it? No.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay. Well, then I'm definitely
interested. That'd be
absurd. Ridiculous. I didn't realize when you play Brukan against Rokara, for some reason that was the first time I'd heard the voice line where he talks to Rokara. I didn't notice that before.
Oh, another combo piece found. We are getting very close. There's some taunts in the way at the moment. And, of course, we only have one of those to the fronts to get a full – actually, we only have 1 faceless. So how much – if we to the front once, that goes to 4. We don't have quite enough mana. And also the taunts in the way are a little bit of a problem. So I think we'll see this Grand Slam come down on this Stagard. And, wow, just –
not a whole lot else going on.
Yeah, hope that you're not dead. Maybe Mutanus here and just try to remove some potential answer from the other side. Wow, hitting the lowest cost minion there, but that is the spell damage, so that does help in some ways.
Yeah, that's right. Crucially eating the... and it is sort of...
Is this just enough here?
Ooh,
yeah, with the Frostbite, that is... oh, no, isn't that... Yeah, that is going to be enough. And that is 2 games already going to Super Chicken here. McBanterface not able to secure just that 1 potential game win. So if McBanterface does manage the reverse sweep here, one of the other teammates remaining will have to win 3-1 to get the tie point score.
So
that would be to win. So McBanter, of course, probably not an issue in McBanterface's mind right now. The most important and pressing issue for McBanterface is getting that win here. So let's see.
So what do you think? So Kazakhstan Warrior kind of feels like a 4th deck to me for lineups. Mm-hmm. And we've seen a different kind of Control Warrior, but still a Control Warrior just get O2'd. So does the series begin now? Is McBanterface now like, okay, maybe now I get to pick on your warrior for a little bit, starting with this ramp druid?
It's certainly very possible, and already to start, Super Chicken having to toss away some of that, but does find Corsair Cash a really nice pickup as well as that cutting class. So looking a little bit more of a clean opener here, not as complicated, filled with combo pieces. Of course, the warrior not having those. In this version does lead for, I feel like, a little bit of a cleaner sort of curve like this more frequently.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side, McBanterface, of course, with that Kazakhstan Druid, the Ultra Ramp version does have Overgrowth, does have Wild Growth, double Cenarian in the hand. It's going to be ramping season right now. And this is exactly what you want in this sort of matchup here, where both players are playing the Kazakhstan. There's often not enough answers here, even in this Control Warrior, for a Kazakhstan from the other side. So getting that off for McBanterface earlier could be the win.
And there's I'm looking through the removal options right now. 2 copies of Brawl, 2 copies of Rancor, 2 copies of Blade Storm, 2 copies of Minefield.
There's a lot.
Yeah, but that sounds, and that is, and Raid Boss Onyxia and 2 copies of Shield Shatter. But when you're facing down like Annoyo boards and you're against a Druid, and all of a sudden with resizing pouch, all of a sudden they're able to build an Anoyo board and then hit it with survival of the fittest in the same turn because they have 15 mana or 20 mana or something.
Yeah.
That can go under, that removal can get put under stress very quickly.
Absolutely, and you have to draw it as well. And we did see Super Chicken does have a solid sort of hand to get those draws, but if you don't find a lot of your draws, sometimes those pieces, as we saw with McBanterface, just end up somewhere in the middle of your deck or the bottom of your deck, and you don't get to see them in time, depending on the speed of the Kazakusan. Right now, no Kazakusan on either side, but that Malagos is going to prove a pretty nice tool here.
Yeah, and I'm actually interested to see which direction McBanterface goes from here. And here you can see how important the draw is, right? We saw what happened when McBanterface got frozen and wasn't able to draw using Outrider's Axe to try to smooth out the opening hand. Here we see Super Chicken just being able to draw and having just a much healthier hand. Okay, it is going to be the Malagos. I was wondering if it was, do you hedge, throw down like a Scale of Onyxia, try to play out a few more cards before you drop the Goose? But no, it is Goose time.
It is Goose time. Just get some of the cards out of the deck. Try to get to that Kazakusan quickly. Onyxian Drake doing a ton of damage there, and then even more draw for Super Chicken, really finding the most value out of that Outrider's Axe that you could ever hope for in a matchup like this.
Yeah. Kind of an awkward... Oh, the Yeti. The Taunt Yeti Shield Slam.
Yeah, it's Solar Cenarian time.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by that Bog Beam, I would guess, and just see what we get. That is a nice pickup.
Templar Captain, I think.
Oh, interesting. Maybe. Do you want another defender? This is a question now, or are we going to see this Bog Beam come out?
Yeah, it's interesting because a 5/5. Yeah. I guess you'd just rather one of these two win a brawl. You don't want to add the potential 5/5 that spoils a brawl for you. That's wild. I don't think I've ever heard the on attack line for Templar Captain, so I'm interested. I would like to hear it. And now Super Chicken has a couple of really threatening minions here to deal with. But Bladestorm will set. So is Super Chicken going to draw? How? No, Sword and Board. Okay.
I don't think we want to take 8 here. I think we've got enough value, enough draw out of this for Super Chicken's liking. We have another Outrider's Axe. If we find another opportunity, we always can go that direction. We also need to start pushing damage, and there is a huge pickup off the top. The Kazakusan means we are going to get some wild boards. We got Anoyo picked up by McBanterface. Canopic Jars, really nice to go along with it for any of those board clears. Book of the Dead, of course, some damage from hand.
Split, maybe?
Splitting it up with those bananas, and a little late to take any part of Kel Dalar. So going to be seeing that Staff of Snakes, it looks like, picked up. Let's see. Yeah, it is going to be all of those pretty big pickups. Of course, the Anoyo Horn with the Canopic Jars, I think, going to be the really big combo there. Or with that Scale of Onyxia we have in the hand, getting one of those jars early could just be the game.
Yeah, and looks like Super Chicken going to become Rokara. Interesting how... So McBanterface, of course, Kazakusan is extremely powerful. That does mean that McBanterface will never get to become Wild Heart Guff.
Yes.
Capped
so
at
we
10.
are at 10 mana. We are stuck at 10. We did find Staff of Skills, not exactly what you want to be finding. Going to be able to copy one of these other cards, not the ones you're really looking for. I guess Book of the Dead is decent. It's not really what you want to see right now. I think we were looking for like Anoyo Horn there would have been fantastic to pick up there. Get a third Anoyo Horn as well as cycle into that next one. Instead, an 8-cost Book of the Dead. Wow. So the amount of minions that have died this game, not too high in this type of matchup, and barely playable at 8.
Yeah, only 6 creatures so far to discount the Book of the Dead.
Here comes that Bulwark. So saying, you can swing all you want. You're not hitting me with that Book of the Dead or that Ashbringer that I know you have.
Gosh, draws Banana Split. Needs needs to draw, but needs to draw other stuff. Also interesting when you can't become Wildheart Guff, resizing pouch timing. What mana do you want to hit with
Good
that?
question. There, finally we have Canopic Jars. That's going to be nice to go along with the Scale of Onyxia next turn. We can't do it now, can we? Oh, no, we can if we double Lightning Bloom. Is it worth it here? That's the question here from McBanterface. That does mean you're probably not doing much next turn, but if you wait too much longer, they might just have more and more answers for this. So it looks like McBanterface says, yes, it is time. We're going with the Scale. We're going with the Canopic Jars. Deal with this board, followed by a board of Legendaries. It could be anything. Anything could be in the box, and it's going to be some fun. Let's see. We do have the Rancor to gain a ton of armor here, and then potentially double Shield Shatter. So this is looking pretty good for Super Chicken to have an answer, and it's going to be a big one. Let's see what we get.
And a Chondra.
And not the best results here, but we're going to get a Kargath Prime in the deck.
Holy moly. That was so much dust.
Yeah, so when you draw like this and get these types of treasures, it does mean that Warrior can outlast potentially all of your threats here.
Yeah.
We still do have an Annoyo module. We have 2 Annoyo modules and another Jars in the deck.
And it's only a matter of time before Warrior. So once Warrior manages to weather this particular onslaught, there's only 6 cards left in McBanterface's deck. And granted, they're, as you mentioned, Annoyo Horns.
They're powerful.
Yeah, they're good. But Super Chicken, so far, has been able to stay alive. And if Super Chicken gets to play their own Kazakusan, then... Because, let's see, how many cards does Super Chicken's down to 11 cards left in deck. And there's another Outrider's Axe in the hand.
Class. Going to be able to draw a couple more cards here. Corsair Cash dead at this point in the game. There is the Kazakusan, though. Not able to play it this turn, but can get it out next turn to try to answer. And currently, McBanterface just not finding those Onoya modules that we're looking
for. Where are the horns?
Yeah.
Bottom 5.
Double Horn, bottom 5. We do have the Kargath Prime that can go down here. Also, the Staff of Scales, but right now, going to be looking for potentially different play here. It does find Onyxia. The Broodmother could set up another board. We do know there's another Rancor on the other side.
Yeah.
But
still.
Another board deals with another removal tool.
Yeah, and... We haven't seen the other copy of Canopic Jars yet, have we? Right, and it's still lurking in there as well. So it's 2 Annoyo Horns,
yep.
Yeah, Canopic Jar, and maybe another Banana Split.
Yeah. So you're going to hold off here, going to Shield Shatter instead, and use the Hero Power, I believe, to get the Kazakusan active this turn. If we went for the Rancor, we would have gained a ton of armor, but would not have been able to get the Kazakusan down now. So Super Chicken saying, I'm going to start answering with my better or potentially better cards. Silence and Destroy all enemy minions. That seems like a really, really good card into knowing that they have the Canopic Jars, and assumedly they would have taken something else to build a board. So that is taken there by Super Chicken. On the other side, we're taking that whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah, the Clockwork Assistant guy. Something like that. Wax Rager really wants in this game. Wax Rager, I think, has been offered 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And there it is, picked up. And now an interesting choice. We could take a Crustacean. And we do.
The Blade of Keldar not interested in this game. The Hilt is interested, but the Blade is not having it.
And Ancient Reflections to potentially maybe combo.
Yeah,
with the wand, you could Ancient something on theirs that they have made something, Canopic Jarred. Then you wand their whole board, and then you got a board of your own Canopic Jars ready to pop.
And wow, if you're McBanterface, obviously Kargath Prime can rush in and slay Kazakusan, but I'm looking at Super Chicken's health total right now, 51 health, which is
it's gonna be a tough uphill climb here. Let's see, McBanterface maybe not willing to wait any longer. Gonna use the Canopic Jars here, yeah, not willing to wait any longer. for those Anoya horns. Does mean we get the trade here and a legendary minion. Not a terrible one. We do have that Divine Shield.
Yeah, Cariel Rome getting hit with a banana split would be pretty enticing. Outrider's Axe the second now going to be able to come down and start drawing treasures.
There's that wand we were talking about. Is going to get rid of those canopic jars and the other snakes that would have spawned clockwork automaton assistants, in the hand right now. Looking pretty beefy.
Jeez, is that a 14/14? Two of them.
Sure is.
Well, I'm not paying more than 3 mana for it.
Yeah, and with this Blade Storm and this Shield Slam, I mean, this might be the last chance for Blade Storm if we want to play these Clockwork Assistants, but we're saying, nah.
Jeez.
Just let's get as much value here. Get the reflections. Oh my.
Oh, that works
that's
like
how
that.
That works. That's good to know.
I just learned something about Clockwork Assistant Titan hologram.
That is, yeah, me as well. And that is going to be a big sweep there for Super Chicken. McBanter not able to get a single win here, unfortunately, and that does mean for the boys are going to be our Season 8 Pro Series champions. Wow. That's it. That is the season there, folks.
Yeah. That is, I mean, for the boys, just really finishing the drill on that one. Really staying in and getting the win. The only play I even remember double guessing or double taking on is that shield slam in the second game where McBanter face shield slammed the little sleep breaker guy and then got frozen after that. Would that have made a difference? Tough to say. That was like turn 2 of the game, and then didn't have the shield slam for the Wild Paw Cavern creatures on the following turn. But I'm not seeing that. That was just.
I mean, he would have taken damage there, so he would have had the shield slam on them anyway.
Oh right. Oh, but enough speculation. Super Chicken is here. Yes, Super Chicken. Congratulations, bringing it home.
Yeah,
Huge
thanks.
win.
I did not go into that series expecting to get a win, but yeah, it kind of worked out.
Not only a win, kind of worked out. Not only a win, but a sweep. What do you mean kind of worked out? What kind of?
You get there
out.
sometimes.
You certainly do, and you did here, and in a clutch situation for your team to secure it in 3 matches out of the 5. A huge win into Brushy Tuna, who were very dominant all season. Before the boys able to be just as dominant during the season and then take it here in the finals, 3 matches to none. I don't. None of the rest of the matches matter. I don't imagine that they're going to be played out, but of course, if the players want to, they're welcome to. But that does mean that For the Boys have gotten the win. How does it feel to? Is this your first Pro Series championship win, Super Chicken?
Oh, so glad you asked, my Edidon, because it's actually my 3rd.
Woo! Okay, so a veteran here. So this is
yes.
Yeah, 3rd in 4 seasons actually.
That's incredible. Yeah, so continuing that trend here, carrying the team 10-1 now on the season. Not much else to say there. McBanter had certainly some tough draws there with a couple of the decks. But you played it really well, finding some really fun different outs. I think there was in the what was in the Warlock game we were looking at, you hadn't found Wicked Shipment yet, and then of course you just had the lethal in hand with those minions available. But it took us a second to spot there, so that was a good play. It was like kind of that one, I think Banter was 1 turn away there as well.
It felt like he was pretty close there.
Yeah. His hand was 2 to the fronts, both faceless manipulators and a live Galvin car. He was just
1 mana short, I believe, at that turn to get all of them off, or damage short.
And we had just said, I think he's got 1 more turn though, so he's going to hold. And then you immediately killed him.
That series felt pretty crazy. I mean, game 2 wasn't particularly interesting. I don't think. I mean, just Banter didn't really hit his board clears, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, especially game 1 felt super close, and game 3 I don't know. I don't know how I got through that. I was like so worried I was
There
gonna get
were
like
there were
I
two
was
Anoyo horns in the bottom of McBanter's face, as well as the canopic jars just sitting there for a while, and then a couple of not great. I think there was a banana. What else did he
Yeah, and
pick?
the serpent rod he had
Oh, the
two.
serpent rod you did
yeah, the
see.
staff of scales. Yeah, I saw the first staff of scales.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty tough not finding those. Yeah, no, I was like, I picked wand, but I didn't pick too much more removal aside from Krusty. I was like, well, surely he has like burn in hand because I haven't seen another like him set up another board.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. But taking the wand was huge, of course. Knowing the canopic jars was in there. Um, yeah, really, really. I mean, I think good choices all around in that the end game, and finding the Kazakhstan on the just in time. I think before a potential. Although we didn't even see those Noya horns anyway, but a potential swing for for banter.
I'm not even sure
Um,
they existed.
yeah,
I only ever saw them in the recap on the side.
Yeah, it was pretty tough because he didn't have like he never got Guff that game as well, so
yeah.
he couldn't have played like it would have been a little bit tough for him to play like a
The
Noyo Horn
module and the
plus
canopic.
Jars
Yeah,
on the same turn.
mm, yeah, absolutely. Um, but yeah, no, again, really well done. Any thoughts there on the prep, or was this what you were expecting from banter coming into the week? You said you kind of weren't feeling confident going in, but of course we did see the big sweep. But yeah, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, this is kind of the exact opposite of what I expected. I thought he was going to play aggro decks again, but I guess after um, losing to Ramp Druid 3 games in a row or something like that on aggro decks, or no, it was what was it? I think like it was his buff paladin or something that couldn't get through last series against Peewee. So maybe after that he decided he did not want to play aggro decks anymore.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I kind of misread the situation there, but yeah, yeah, just kind of got a bit lucky.
bit lucky, bit of skill. It's all you need to get 3 out of 4 you said Pro Series championships. Just a little lucky. I'm sure that's all it is. But again, congratulations. Any sort of last thoughts here for your team? Getting this big win here pretty dominantly in the finals must feel good. Are you guys coming back next season? You sticking together? You splitting up? What's going
Mm,
on?
I'm sure we can. Well,
Give
I'm
me
not.
the
I'll save
drama.
some of the answers for maybe Hearth Center on Tuesday. But
Sure.
Hey, there you go.
yeah, I mean, it was a really fun season. I mean, obviously, every player on this team is so good. Even though like some of the records, I mean, everyone went even or better, but like I think even despite that, I think like Jake and Darian are definitely better than the records show as well. And we're also really helpful with prep every week. Everyone was like super involved on the team, and yeah, it was just a really fun environment. Made things a lot easier too.
Awesome. Yeah, that's good to hear. I've always found that the more involvement, or at least in some teams, that does benefit quite a lot, and you see it here with this win. Any other thoughts here, squad? What are we thinking
I
on
mean,
that?
that was just an expertly navigated, and I think a lot of obviously, I can appreciate the humility, but there's so many little moments during those games where you can see just mastery. Obviously, we've talked about the Owl Warlock already, but the just being able to put together a game plan. I mean, because the Burn Shaman game was getting to the point to where McBanterface was almost able to. We were a couple of turns away from McBanterface maybe being able to stabilize, and he just never gave him an off ramp. And I think it just really shows a game plan at the strategy and then execution level that I was very impressed by. So don't let that go to your head. There's always more to learn, but that was incredible and very fun to watch. And nice work.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for the our Pro Series. I know Hero Series is already done as well for the THL. I know Super Chicken's probably going to cover that Tuesday night there with Lotus Knight and friends. Not sure who's going to be hosting, but
Yeah, everyone make sure to ping Diamond to congratulate him.
how many times? Because if it's
Well, we need to get
As
to
many
2,000.
as possible, right?
okay.
Yeah. I'm going to do it right now.
The road to 2,000. That's right. So, but thanks for joining us and congrats on the win there, Super Chicken.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good one.
You too. Holy moly! So now we just got Legacy left there, everybody. So
That's right. The
Legacy
finals
and-
for yeah.
Legacy, and we got obviously there's Wild Series. I think is just entering the playoff rounds. So just a quick update. So Myanodon has his match to play. They get 2 left. It's Red Conference technically going against F2L White with just win. So we got Infinite versus this Myanodon guy. And then we got Wild Rose versus Slad. So those are going to be a little bit later on this evening. So that's going to determine who goes up against the people in Silver Conference, which is the Cooler, who took it super early right now. Like wrapped it up, ready to go on to the finals there. So are you nervous, Myanodon?
Oh, not at all. We have this in the bag.
In the bag.
In the
they say.
bag. Yeah, I'm not.
Bag it up.
Slot's gonna get a huge win before I play, and then
There you go.
I'll be the anchor that takes it home. No, I think our opponents are really good. We'll see what happens. It could go either way, honestly. At this point, they definitely have they have that lead to start, but it's close.
That's why we play the game, as somebody says. So.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I thank you guys for coming out. Oh, I should announce that the show's coming up this week. I'm pretty sure that there's a tournament coming up on Monday, but just keep an eyeball on THL announcements. Tuesday, obviously, Hearth Center that was mentioned 2 minutes ago. Wednesday is Tavern Talk with Mr. Fish and his friends, or Dr. Fish and his friends. Thursday is Wild and Out there with Marty B / NHL NJ fan 1. And then we are rocking and rolling with Thursday Night Throwdown, Friday Night Fights, Salty Saturday, and then the Schoolstone series throughout the weekend, and then back again to Sunday Showdown. So, any final words before we let you guys go and do your thing on a Sunday? No?
That was great. Nice work. A big congratulations
Short
to
and
every
sweet,
player
yeah.
who played in the Pro Series, and thanks for letting us stream it.
Yeah, it was a fun season for sure.
Love it.
A lot of good matches on here.
Especially, well, seems like this season seemed to be a really talent filled. There's a lot of people that were 10-0, a lot of people that were 0-10, but again, competition in THL is pretty fierce. So anyway,
Yeah, it really is. It really has. I feel like people talk about the state of Hearthstone these days, but I feel like there's still quite a lot of really good players that are, and as awesome as it is, a lot of them are playing in THL, which is cool.
Yeah.
all right. Thanks again, guys, for joining me, and thanks everybody for tuning in. We will see you Monday, Tuesday. Take care.
Peace.
See ya.
Can't nobody out here do it like me. Ain't nobody out here winning like me. Can't nobody out here do it like me. Just like me, like me. Can't nobody out here do it like me. Ain't nobody out here winning like me. Can't nobody out here do it like me. Just like me, like me. I'm one of a kind, I'm like a rare breed. A breath of fresh air, you can see me. People stand up just to greet me. Roll my